In the wake of America's withdrawal from Afghanistan, China's foreign affairs spokesperson Hua Chunying had this to say: Chinese democracy is people's democracy, while the U.S. is money democracy. The Chinese enjoy a whole process democracy, while Americans enjoy ballot box democracy every 4 years. The point being that there are many types of democracy, and that what the CCP calls Chinese democracy is somehow more appropriate for China's cultural and political model than liberal alternatives. It's not unreasonable to suggest that democracy can mean different things to different people. In China, the word tends to be understood as describing a government that is responsive to its people's needs, rather than describing the existence of mechanisms of accountability such as elections. Yet many Chinese people in modern history have been immensely attracted to aspects of liberal democracy, such as collective self-government and individual freedoms. This is expressed powerfully in the 1989 Tiananmen Square protest. And as Bruce Dickinson of the George Washington University has pointed out, many Chinese people recognize, in light of the tragic outcome of the 1989 protest, that pushing for democracy is dangerous and unlikely to succeed. Historically, most Western political thinkers have assumed that Chinese political thinkers see democracy and liberal rights as inconsistent with the Confucian tradition of benevolent authoritarianism. However, many of the 11 constitutions that China has adopted since 1908, including the current constitution adopted in 1982, have included individual civil rights such as freedom of speech, assembly, publication, and even mechanisms of democracy itself, like self-government, such as popular sovereignty elections and recall elections. This suggests that such ideals are at least hoped and aspired for by the drafters of said constitution, or that the people would find such promises appealing. Furthermore, the Chinese word for democracy, minzu, can have two meanings: rule by the people or rulers of the people. Thus, as Bruce Dickinson has explained, most people in mainland China define increased democracy not as an increase in the number of democratic mechanisms, but as improved governance, a growing economy, and a better way of life. AKA, they focus on the leader's actions more than how they are elected. This paternalistic approach to democracy has its roots in the Confucian concept of Menben, or the belief that the government has an obligation to act in the best interests of the people. In light of the expansion of freedoms and improved standard of living since the Maoist period, many in China view the country as becoming increasingly democratic. I think all of this is important to understand so we don't jump the gun as we see the anti-zero COVID policy protests unfold in China. It's highly unlikely that we see the Chinese people push for a structured form of democracy like we see in the West. Nor is it really likely that they will have the capability to have Xi forced from office. But I do think that how we see Xi respond to these protests will let us know just how benevolent to the people the government really is. What's up, guys? My name is Crunk, and I'm excited to introduce to you my brand new channel, No Man's Land Intel. Here, I'm going to try to provide you with comprehensive and yet concise geopolitical content with a slant towards history and economics. If that sounds interesting to you, please subscribe to my channel and peruse my videos. Be sure to like and comment on the ones that you especially like and enjoy.